Have you ever woken up and one of your hands felt completely numb? Or maybe your fingers start tingling while you're driving, typing, working, or even scrolling on your phone? If so, you're definitely not alone. Hand numbness is incredibly common. Sometimes it's harmless and goes away in a few minutes. But if it keeps happening, your body may be trying to tell you something. The good news is that many of the most common causes are manageable. And in some cases, they're even preventable. Today, we'll explore what might be causing your hands to go numb, what your body could be trying to tell you, and most importantly, what you can do about it. Let's talk about something many of us do every single day. Repetitive movements. Think about how often you use your hands. Typing on a keyboard, using a computer mouse, scrolling through your phone, gaming, working with tools, cutting hair, playing an instrument, cooking, gardening, even knitting or crocheting. On their own, these activities aren't necessarily harmful. But when you repeat the same movement thousands of times, day after day, week after week, the muscles and tendons in your hands and wrists can become irritated. As those tissues become inflamed, they can begin putting pressure on nearby nerves. That's when tingling, pins and needles, or numbness can begin. Another common reason is simply how we use technology. Many people spend hours every day with their wrists bent, their shoulders rounded, and their head pushed forward while looking at a screen. Over time, poor posture doesn't just affect your neck. It can also change how the nerves travel from your neck, down your arm, and into your hand. If you've watched our tech neck video, you'll remember that the nerves supplying your hands actually begin in your neck. When your posture changes for long periods, those nerves can become irritated. Sometimes the problem isn't even during the day. It's while you're sleeping. Have you ever woken up with your arm completely asleep? Maybe you slept with your wrist bent, your elbow tucked underneath you, or your head resting on your arm. In many cases, changing positions restores normal feeling within a few minutes. But if it happens night after night, it's worth paying attention to. Another common cause is something called carpal tunnel syndrome. Inside your wrist is a narrow passageway called the carpal tunnel. Several tendons and an important nerve pass through this small space. When the surrounding tissues become swollen, that nerve can become compressed. People often notice numbness, tingling, or pain, especially in the thumb, index finger, middle finger, and part of the ring finger. Some people notice it's worse at night. Others notice it while driving, holding a book, or gripping the steering wheel. Sometimes simply shaking the hand brings temporary relief. But if symptoms continue, addressing the underlying cause early may help prevent them from getting worse. Another important clue is whether the numbness comes and goes, or whether it's becoming more frequent over time. Your body often whispers before it starts shouting, and paying attention to those early signs can make a big difference. Hand numbness isn't always caused by pressure on a nerve. Sometimes your body is telling you it's missing something important. One of the most important nutrients for healthy nerves is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 helps maintain the protective covering around your nerves. Without enough vitamin B12, nerves may not function properly. This can lead to numbness, tingling, weakness, or even problems with balance. If you follow a plant-based or vegan diet, it's important to make sure you're getting enough vitamin B12. Good sources include fortified plant milks, fortified nutritional yeast, and a vitamin B12 supplement. Another possible cause is blood sugar. Over time, elevated blood sugar can damage the small nerves throughout your body. That's one reason numbness and tingling are common in people with diabetes. Sometimes these symptoms appear even before diabetes has been diagnosed. Poor circulation can also play a role. Do your hands often feel cold? Do they change color in cold weather? Do they become numb when you're outside? Reduced blood flow may be contributing. Smoking, certain medical conditions, and some medications can also affect circulation. Less commonly, numbness may be linked to conditions affecting the nervous system. autoimmune diseases, or other nerve disorders. These are much less common than repetitive movements, poor posture, or carpal tunnel syndrome, but they're still worth considering if symptoms continue or are accompanied by other neurological changes. So, what can you do today? Start by paying attention to how you use your hands throughout the day. If you work at a computer, take a short movement break every 30 to 60 minutes. Stretch your fingers, stretch your wrists, stretch your forearms, stretch your shoulders. Review your posture. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Avoid letting your head drift forward. If you're using your phone, bring it closer to eye level whenever possible. If your work involves repetitive movements, change positions regularly. Alternate tasks when you can. Give your muscles and tendons time to recover. If your symptoms mainly happen at night, experiment with different sleeping positions. Try not to sleep on your arm. Keep your wrists in a neutral position. Make sure you're regularly getting enough vitamin B12. Stay physically active. Movement supports healthy circulation. It also helps keep your muscles and joints functioning well. If you have diabetes, or you're at risk of developing it, work with your healthcare provider to keep your blood sugar in a healthy range. One final note, if your numbness comes on suddenly, affects one entire side of your body, or is accompanied by weakness, difficulty speaking, vision changes, or severe dizziness, seek immediate medical attention. If your symptoms continue getting worse, or never seem to improve, it's also a good idea to be assessed by a healthcare professional. We've covered a lot today, and I don't want you to try to change everything at once. Instead, ask yourself, which one of these changes feels the most realistic for me right now? Remember, information only changes your life when it's applied. So pick just one for now. Start today. Once it becomes a habit, come back and choose another one. Small, consistent changes lead to lasting results. Your body is constantly communicating with you. The question is, are you listening? Listen to the signs and stay healthy.